Good morning. You're very welcome. So let's take a comfortable seat and we'll close our eyes and we'll invite the attention inward. And even beginning with a few deeper breaths, just to let the rib cage expand and the shoulders move a little. Feel that widening as you take that deep breath. And we look for that long position, that sense of the pelvis pressing down and rising through the heart and through the crown of the head. And then let the belly soften, let the belly relax, let the eyelids be heavy, let the jaw release. So we're breathing naturally, breathing normally, and the attention is resting close to our breath. So working with the natural breath, it's a very foundational practice. One of the really challenging aspects of it, and you may have noticed this over the course of the last week of meditating, is that of course our minds tend to wander. They tend to be noisy. And as we quieten down and we enter a quiet space, we close our eyes. What isn't quiet becomes a lot more obvious, even a lot more distracting. So the invitation is to meet whatever might be there for you. And, over the course of our meditation, maybe you spend a few moments with the breath and the rest is with the distracted mind. And if that's the case, that's perfect. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to be concerned about. That's perfect. But the game is you simply stay with the practice. You keep coming back to the practice. And it's almost trying to hold the idea that we're not interested in the outcome, that the outcome is besides the point. Now, that said, of course, we're using it as a means of support. We do want to feel better. All of that's true also. But you find, particularly within spirituality, there is a lot of paradoxes. So in the same moment, we're interested in supporting our well-being and accessing a place of greater ease or peace. And at the very same moment, we're not interested in any of that. We're just here and we're noticing our breath. And in one sense, there's nothing else to it. And whatever might be arising for you in this moment, whatever is coming up for you this morning, whatever you've brought into the space this morning, we simply allow everything that needs to be here to be here. None of it is repressed or pushed away or denied. All of it's allowed simply be here. And allowing whatever needs to be here is the first step in any sort of transformation beginning. So there's what we call a radical acceptance of ourselves. And this is maybe the most important part of our practice. And it begins with maybe simply the idea of allowing ourselves just be as we are. And for many of us, that might be fearful or upset or anxious. But what we're doing is we're naming it. Oh, look, I feel this. Oh, I feel this. And now I feel this. I feel this and this and this. And as we name these things, we create a little bit of objectivity. And we name them with the part of ourselves that can allow them to be there. The part of ourselves that can go, okay, this is how the moment is. This is how it is. And there's a surrendering to that. A giving up of the gauntlet, a softening to, okay, this is how the moment is. There's some resistance. There's some discomfort. or equally there's some joy, there's some lightness, whatever it might be. Oh, look, my mind is wandering, and I come back to my breath. So simply being with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling there for 5 and exhaling for 5. Breathing through your nose if that's accessible, and the mouth if not. The breath is slow, slow motion, comfortable, gentle. Pause for 3 at the top of the next inhalation. Pause for 3 at the end of the next exhalation. Stay with your breath. So stay with the rhythm that you created with your breath, but drop the counting. So if the breath changes a little, that's perfect. But just stay with the slow, long, deep breath, pausing in between both of the breaths. And just rather than count, be close to the breath. Really observe the breath. And after your next exhalation, take that moment to pause and then let the breath come back to its natural rhythm. Okay, so we'll keep the eyes closed. We're going to do a little sound meditation now. If you're in work and you're nipping off to do this meditation, or you're around other people, feel free to make this sound internally if you wish. So over the course of our meditations, we've been using this idea of gratitude, and I've spoken about the idea that one of the ways in which we access these higher qualities within ourselves is through our relationship with others, be it other people or other things, that they allow us to access ourselves. So this is a way of accessing the heart, a way of experiencing that heart space more vividly within ourselves. And we use our relationship with someone that you love. Now, it can be someone that you love, that you're getting on with, but it can equally be someone that you're having difficulty or challenges with, someone you'd like things to be a little clearer or simpler with. And this is a great practice because what it does is it works on your heart, but it also works on their heart. So you imagine this person in front of you. You imagine them sitting in front of you, or a sense of this person. For each of us, it might be different in terms of our imaginations. And in our heart center, the center of the chest, so where we place the energetic heart, we make the sound O, O. And in their heart, we say the sound Ah. And we're going to do that 3 times. O, Ah, O, Ah, O in our heart, Ah in their heart. And after we've done that 3 times, we're going to imagine an arc of white light connecting our heart to their heart. And as we make that arc, we say the sound Om as we're making that arc of light. Okay? So let's put our hand on our own heart and let's begin. O, Ah, O, Ah, O, Ah, Om. O, Ah, O, Ah, O, Ah, Om. We'll say it one more time and then we'll begin to chant. O, Ah, O, Ah, O, Ah, Om. 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 O, Ah, O, O ah, o ah, o ah, Om. 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 Once more. O ah, o ah, o ah, Om. Just notice, just feel that space of the heart. The attention rests there. You might feel a slight shift there or warmth. And bring the hands together in front of that space, in front of the heart. So gratitude arises from this place of the heart and permeates out through our being. So we first think about gratitude, maybe remember feeling grateful. Maybe there was a moment we got to sit in the sun today, or we had a connection with somebody, or we heard something. We try to find that feeling of gratitude inside of us. And we bring our attention close. We breathe into it. And then to ourselves and to each other and to this day, we bow our heads. Each of us in service to life in our own unique way. And then releasing, our hands will lift our chin and open our eyes. So thank you for joining me. So that particular meditation, that heart meditation, it's great for simply accessing your heart, particularly if you find that a lot of stuff is going on and you can't get into that space or it's not doesn't feel accessible. It's a great, very practical way of accessing it. And it's also a great way of clearing up a relationship. If you have somebody you love and things are going on and it's just not in the space you'd like it to be in that heart space, it's a beautiful way of beginning to reestablish that type of connection. And yeah, it's great to repeat it, to repeat it daily if you do have issues within a relationship that you'd like to clear up. As well, I'd also encourage you to do some of the deeper breathing we've been working. We've been doing 3 rounds of 10 breaths. They're a great way to start the day, just to really work the lungs, which of course we know is really important at the moment in particular. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. All right. God bless. Cheers.